Hello everybody, I'm Sammy15 the Dragon Team here today, and today we're doing yet another interview and deck list with someone who did well this past state season. And this person in particular managed to make top 4 in Arkansas, or Arkansas, wherever you want to pronounce it, and that person is Jaxon Nester. And he did so with a Greninja deck with an 1/1 artillery line in it. And before we get too much into it, as per usual on this channel, tell us why you decided to play Greninja.
Well, to be honest, it was kind of a last-minute decision, but not really. Like, a couple of weeks before states, I was planning on going in with a Mexi's Greninja Gallade deck.
Nice.
Yeah, and then my friend was, I think I watched Squeaky's Team Fish Knuckles channel, and saw him playing the Greninja deck, and I'm like, wow, that looks really fun. It looks like my style. So I decided to build that and test it out a few times, and had a lot of fun with it. Had a lot of success with it, just going right into it, and I didn't really. It wasn't really hard to learn either. It was just kind of an autopilot deck, to be honest.
It's a fairly simple deck for the most part, though there is some intricacies. You know the word I'm trying to tell people.
Yeah, intricacies.
Thank you. Yeah, this deck can be difficult at times, but I feel most of it is a fairly simple deck. It's just attack for the most part with the newest Greninja, and you're good to go. And of course, use the breaks ability, but
right.
Well, sorry, there's my window's open because it's really hot over here where I'm at.
No problem.
Anyway, walk us through your stage run. What decks did you? What did you play against in round 1?
This is the fun part.
Actually, hold on a second. I'm going to close my window real quick. Actually, no. Continue. Actually, continue talking while I do that.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. Round 1 was Vespibloom, which was pretty much one of my scariest matchups to begin with, and I think. The first round, I think he laid an Oddish and a Gloom down, and then he battle compressored his other 3 Oddishes, which I found kind of odd because I was set up in the position to take the Gloom out and then just get rid of his item lock altogether, which is what I did. It's not too hard to pull off a couple of shurikens to take it out, and that's how I won the first round against Vespibloom. And then round 2 was Night March, I believe.
Yeah, that's a kind of weird matchup. Like, a lot of people say it's favors Greninja, other people say if I favors Night March. It's kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of like at the point where I think it's 50-50. So
yeah, I agree. It's definitely kind of you can't really tell what's going to happen until it starts happening.
I think the number one thing that gives I think Greninja wins if they play like 2 or 3 Jirachi, or like 3 Jirachi.
Yeah, exactly. And I did tech in 1 Jirachi.
Yeah.
For Night March and the Vespibloom and the occasional Toad, because I don't think Toad was really popular around the Arkansas states.
Yeah.
Basically, all I saw that day was Vespibloom and Night March, and I played 1 mirror.
So
basically lucked my way into top 4, I think.
It happens sometimes. So
yeah.
you were playing Night March. How did that matchup go? If you remember.
I don't think it was. Excuse me. springtime.
Yeah. Most fun time for allergies.
Yeah. First night, or wait. I think the second one might have been a mirror match. Yeah. And he was playing Rough Seas, which helped me, so I was okay with that because I didn't play Rough Seas. So I'm like, it's kind of like having, extra cards in my deck.
George, he's playing 61 cards or 63 cards in his deck.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he played the Rough Seas, and that helped me a lot because every time he would Water Shuriken, I'd be like, Rough Seas, okay.
Yeah.
And he couldn't Water Shuriken me because I kept, playing the Shadow Stitching game.
Ooh.
To keep his abilities down, and for some reason he wasn't using Shadow Stitching against me. Even after I was pelting him with shurikens, he was just like trying to Moonlight Slash, trying to aggro me, and it wasn't working because he had the Rough Seas out, and I just kept healing and Shadow Stitching. And then when they were in range for a knockout, I would Moonlight Slash, but basically he wasn't able to get his frogs out efficiently, so I ended up just winning.
Yeah, it's. So what happened in game 2 of that matchup?
Game 2, pretty much the same thing. He used the same tactic, like he wasn't utilizing Shadow Stitching at all, which I thought was really weird. And I think he played a weird tech in it too. I don't remember what it was, but it was really weird. It was like, I don't think it was a Miltank, but it was something weird like that, something you don't see in a Greninja deck often.
Regice Articuno?
Yes, that's what it was.
The Articuno or the Regice?
Huh?
The Articuno or the Regice?
He had both of them, actually.
Oh, wow!
You nailed it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, so obviously the Regice and the Articuno didn't really do anything for me. I made sure to take the Articuno out just because I don't want him taking 2 prizes off me.
I mean, I guess the Articuno can help in the mirror match or against Night March, but I don't know. I think I don't like the Articuno that much. I think it's rather they'll have the Greninja deck be a bit more consistent. Not to mention, I do not flip heads.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't like the coin flip aspect of the Tri-Edge, even though, it is kind of an interesting, borderline gimmick tactic, because it kind of works sometimes, but it kind of doesn't.
No. Alright. I've never once flipped 2 heads with Articuno. Never once.
I know, right?
It's a useless card to me.
Yeah, I don't like it either that much. It's pretty, though. That's about it.
It's pretty. It's in reverse foil, it's very pretty.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bird.
Oh, yeah. And then, round 3 was Vespaplume again. And he didn't compressor all of his Odyshes. I think that was against Manny. Yeah, I think that was against the guy that I ended up facing again in top 4.
Wow.
And I won the first game, I think. Yeah, I won the first game by surviving and managing to deck him out because it was hard for me to get things off. So I had to wait him out and deck him out. And then the second, I think he won the second game with General Vespaplume shenanigans. And then I think I won the third game by basically Lysandering his Vileplume and decking him out again. I didn't win by conventional means at all. And then, let's see.
So you're 3-0 going into round 4, and according to what your wife said, this was a 6-round state, so basically you're at a win-and-in position. How do you feel?
Pretty excited at this point because normally I don't do well at premier events or any tournaments for that matter, because I'm the kind of guy that'll make a rogue deck and then try to win with that. But this time I was just like, I like Greninja. He's one of my favorite starters, and I like water. Haven't played a water deck before. Might as well give it a shot.
He's a freaking frog ninja.
I know, right?
He's a frog ninja.
With a freaking tongue scarf. How much better can you get?
Like, the designs for like this generation's starters were on point, in my opinion.
I agree. I liked the role-playing theme they went with the warrior, mage, and
Ninja.
rogue. Yeah.
Or rogue, yeah.
Yeah, I really like how they did that.
Yeah, like Chestnut is basically like a freaking juggernaut, and Delphox is literally a mage.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
that's literally what she is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so what did you play in round 4?
Okay, round 4 was Night March again.
Wouldn't this be Night March for the first time?
Oh, yeah, this is the first Night March, my bad.
No problem.
That was against Kevin Murphy.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to lose because I know Kevin's a good player, and, he's kind of a local, so I know he's, got pretty high skill when it comes to it.
Yep.
And especially with Night March, I'm like, man, he's going to beat me to a pulp. This is it.
Yep.
And then first game, I hardly remember the first game. I know I might have stalled him out a couple of turns, or maybe even one by using Rimraid's Ion Pool to pitch his Dimension Valley.
Those are fun.
Yeah, I can't remember if I actually won by doing that, but I know it bought me some time at least. And the only part I remember is the winning game for me, because I ended up winning the round, and the winning game was it was just straight up luck, because he ended up prizing 3 of his DCEs.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Did he not play in town map or no?
No, he played town map.
Okay.
I guess he just wasn't able to dig it out before I won, but
Oh.
yeah, he flipped his prizes and we were both like freaking out. We were like, "Oh my god, that was so bad."
Yeah, I one time played against a Night March, but he played town map for turn 1, and he just looked at his prizes and saw 4 DCs and said, "Right, game 2."
Yeah, exactly. That's scoop right there for sure.
Yeah. I just felt like really bad, but I kind of take it.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh god.
And yeah, I think Jirachi definitely helped me out during that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used Jirachi to win the first game. Then the second game, he just scooped because he knew his DCs were out of there.
Oh god.
That was pretty bad.
So you won your 4. I'm guessing you just ID the last 2.
No, I ID'd the last round of Swiss.
So you played out in round 5. Why was that?
I was basically just there to have fun, and like I had already gotten so far, like further than I've ever gotten before. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep playing and having fun, and like whatever happens, happens.
Did your opponent want to ID or no?
Yeah, actually, my opponent was my best friend that rode down with me in the last round of Swiss. So we were like, if we both end up winning a game, then we'll just ID.
Okay.
Because we didn't want to like end up knocking one of us out.
Well, if you're 5-0, even if you take a loss there in a 6-round event, you're still gonna make top. 5-1 will definitely still make top, especially when when people with 4-1-1s are making top. So.
Well, I actually lost the 5th round.
Okay, you did.
Yeah, so I ended up going 4-1, and then me and
Okay.
my friend were both 4-1 at round 6.
Okay, then you guys ID'd, so like, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so what happened in round 5? What's he playing round 5?
No. The round 5 was Night March again, and he
Nightmare
ended up,
March.
yeah, he ended up stomping me because he didn't prize his DCEs or anything, and he just got that perfect turn 1, you know. And that's pretty much the highlight of that round. He just wrecked me. But he was a nice guy, so it was okay.
So, alright. I believe Arkansas had top 8 in Swiss all in one day. Is that correct?
Yes.
Alright. So, how did your top 8 match go?
Okay. So when me and my friend ID'd, we ended up both getting in the cut anyway.
Yeah.
Which worked out, and then I ended up having to face him in top 8.
Oh. So you guys had to face each other after all.
Yeah. And then...
Well, the bright side to that, at least you guys know for a fact one of you guys is going to make top 4.
Yeah.
That's the bright side.
That's why we weren't too nervous about it. We were just, playing as friends at that point.
Yeah.
And he was playing Toad Tina.
No.
And
that's a weird...
Yeah, that's a weird matchup for me. And I basically just tried to get that one Jirachi tag that I put in there out as much as possible.
Yeah.
And actually, since then, I've taken the Octillery line out and added another Jirachi and like a Delinquent, because that day Octillery was literally useless to me. Like, he didn't do anything because of the item lock, and he was just dead weight, to be honest. I wish I had more Jirachi than him.
Yeah, Octillery's not like the best card in the format right now. Maybe later it'll be good again, but not Octillery. Just he's not that great right now.
Like, he was cool when he was out, and it was like, okay, some extra cards, but I never really needed to try to set him up because I was too busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, he'll be nice again when Sam comes out.
Yeah. And so yeah, the first game I pretty much just Jirachi'd all of his energy away and kind of won that way. And then the second game he started with a lone Hoopa. Yeah, and I think I went first, and then I'm not sure how the turn order actually went, but what ended up happening was he was dead drawing ridiculously, and I was dead drawing ridiculously, so basically I had to aggro my lone Froakie into a Greninja and like just wail on his Hoopa, and I ended up just beating him by taking his Hoopa out, which was really hard thing to do to your best friend.
Yeah. So in my experience, Greninja versus Toad Tina, I honestly would put it in like about 70-75 in favor of Greninja, because, well, most Greninja decks don't really play that many stadiums, or are not really that reliant against it, and they're not really that reliant on their the tools in general. Because I actually see a couple of Greninja lists not playing any tools at all, so like that just makes it even better matchup, and you can play more Jirachi. And they also, of course, have the shadow stitching and free retreat. So they just free retreat and all that nonsense to make Toad Tina even more aggravating. And of course, Toad can item lock them for a little bit. Like, that's how they will win if they item lock and just keep them, make sure they dead draw for a couple turns.
Yeah.
But even then, it's kind of underwhelming. You can't
especially since Greninja can pretty much set itself up without items at all.
Yeah. It can. I noticed you have a single copy of Rare Candy, which I think is it's kind of nice, to have just the one of just in case for a quick Greninja if you need it.
Yeah, it did come in handy after, like if the chips were down and I had like Sacred Ash, and then I could dive ball for Greninja or whatever in Rare Candy. It did happen a couple of times, but with all the item lock, it was tough to pull off. So that's why I opted into just playing one candy and doing the water duplicates route.
Yep, that's pretty good. So you said you played the same person you did in I believe it was round 4 in top 4, or was it round 3
Uh,
that you played the Vespiquen Vileplume?
yeah. It was Emmanuel Armas.
Okay.
So I believe it was round 4 or 3. It was one of those, but yeah, I played him again in top 4, and essentially what happened was he just did got the turn 1 item lock on me, and I basically struggled for a little while, but I eventually just laid down and died because I couldn't do anything about it.
It does kind of stink. So, was that you were talking about game 1, or were you just talking about in general?
Just in general, because I think game 1 I ended up scooping because I knew I wasn't going to do much under turn 1 item lock without Jirachi.
Yeah.
So I dive balled to search my deck to see if Jirachi was in here, and he was prized, so I just kind of scooped game 1.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I'm not going to waste both of our time doing this. Let's just go to the next game. And then I really wanted to Lysander his Vileplume, because he got the turn 1 lock on me again, I think. And I really wanted to Lysander his Vileplume.
Because it didn't have a float stone on it, correct?
Exactly. He didn't play float stones, actually. He played one copy of AZ, I think.
That's odd. Or you could say that's odd-ish.
This guy.
Yeah, I like my puns. I'm a punny guy. But yeah, like that sounds really odd to me. Like a Vileplume list without any float stone, but it seems like it worked for him since he did get top 2.
Yeah,
at least.
He made it work. I actually think he was the finalist. Yeah, Kevin played him in the final match, so he was second place without a floatstone. That was pretty amazing. And I wanted to Lysander's Vileplume, but I was like, I still don't know if this guy plays floatstones or 2 AZs or if he's gonna pull something out. And I think basically I didn't risk it and opted into like doing a judge instead because he had a big hand. And judged myself into crap pretty much, and then
that happens.
Yeah, he just buzzed all over me with Vespiquen. He got his revenge on me. It was okay.
His B revenge, you could say.
Yes.
Okay, I'll stop now. I probably should. I can hear the groaning of my future viewers of this video. I can just hear them.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Probably being compared to Jay Witz on the punny scale.
Oh man, yeah.
Anyway, you still got top 4 with this deck in general. This deck, which is still pretty cool. Making top 4 and just making top in general is really cool. Yeah. And let's talk about your list in general. You already said that you took out your Remoraid Artillery for a Jirachi and a Delinquent. Are there any other changes you wish you made or did not make going into States?
Basically going into States, well, the hindsight, I probably would have been okay with playing 3 Jirachis, to be honest. with all the decks people were playing that day, I would have been fine with 3 Jirachi. And,
I mean, it worked for the guy who came second in California, which was basically a regionals.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have at least 2 Jirachi, and I don't remember what else I took out, but I took something else out to experiment with Manaphy, the Aqua Tube, because
I can see that a little bit.
yeah, it's kind of nice being able to retreat your Jirachi for free.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
And if you've got like a Frogadier or a Froakie that's stuck, or an XY Greninja that's stuck, it's nice for them to be able to retreat for free. But you got to know when to play it. You know, you can't just like willy nilly. Aha, here's my free retreat when I don't need it, and then they Lysander you for 2 prizes.
So, alright, let's talk about some of the things that are what some would consider a bit odd. Now, first thing is first, you do play a single copy of Energy Retrieval, which is something that I do not see in a lot of Greninja decks, though, that I probably personally would want to play. Why did you decide to play the Energy Retrieval?
I decided to do that because it actually was. It's actually extremely clutch in this deck, to be honest. Because playing 1 copy reduces your chances of drawing it early game when you don't need it. So when it gets down to late game and say, you know, I have my Fisherman's Prize or I'm under item lock so I can't Verse Seeker the Fisherman or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I really need those extra 2 water energies, then the retrieval is just it's I basically use it like every game because I shuriken so much.
That's nice. Let's see. You also played 2 Evo Soda. Most people I see play either 2 Level Ball, 2 or 4 Level Ball, or 2 Ultra Ball. Why the Evo Soda?
Well, basically through testing, I found out that 4 dive balls are enough to get what you need out.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like basics and stuff go, or if you need the Frogadier or whatever, but I opted into the Evo Soda just because, like, in case Archeops, which I know was probably like a low probability of happening.
Especially since Archeops isn't expanded only.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't think about that. But basically, I just like having Eva. I don't know. It's kind of like it would work just as well if you use like Ultra Ball or Level Ball. But like, I really in a deck full of water Pokemon, all the dive balls.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's fine. But yeah, in a deck with like all water Pokemon, I feel like the 4 dive balls were enough. And then I didn't play Shaman or anything, so I didn't really care about the Ultra Balls. And I guess it would be okay to do level balls instead of Eva Sodas just for, you know, Jirachi.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still kind of a new deck to me, so I only had like a week or week and a half to practice with it. So
Yeah, my personal.
Eva's,
No, go on.
okay, the Eva Sodas worked fine for me basically, so I just kept them in.
In my own personal opinion, if you're gonna play like 2, maybe 3 Jirachi, I would probably want to drop the Evo Soda so I can get the level ball, so I can have an out to get the Jirachi. Though of course, since you are playing 2 or 3 Jirachi, that just increases your odds of drawing into it. But still, I think I would probably prefer the level ball. But I believe with the Evo Soda, you can you get the break evolution?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually one of the other reasons I put it in there is because, you know, when you need a Greninja break and you got a level ball, well, you're kind of out of luck there.
That is true. That is true.
Ultra ball would be better than level ball in my opinion.
Yeah, it's all a matter of personal preference, and
Yeah.
to be honest, but we talked on the rare candy a little bit, and let's see what else. For the most part, your deck is fairly standard. You do play 2 judge. Why did you play the 2 judge?
I had kind of a weird reason for that because it was originally 2 birch, Um,
I hate Birch.
yeah, it's a love-hate relationship with Birch for sure.
As I've already discussed, I cannot flip heads.
Yeah, I feel you. The coin flips are shady at best. But yeah, I opted into the 2 judge because I think that particular list I only played 6 basic Pokemon. So I would mulligan a lot. Like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically the 2 judges were just to kind of even the playing field as far as mulligan draws. You know, in the event that I went first, and then I liked the like the little pinch of disruption in the deck.
That's fair. But that's fair. Now you also only play one battle compressor. I see multiple people play either 2 or none. Why the 1?
Uh, Basically just because in a deck like Greninja, I didn't feel the battle compressor was as important. Like you can just, I usually used it just to compress Fisherman, Lysander, like the typical supporters that I didn't care about early game.
Mm-hmm.
And if I got it first turn, then cool. I'd use it, compressor the stuff. But it made no difference at one point in the game, really, that I used the battle compressor. I mean, I think I used it once to turn one Wally into a Frogadier and set up with the water clones, but
That's nice.
that doesn't happen very often, even when I had 2 in there. So I felt 1 was probably better.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Ask. Why the 2 water clones Greninja? Not water clones, but water shuriken Greninja. Most people I've seen play a 3-1 split up with favoring the shadow stitching one.
Yeah, and I can definitely understand where they're coming from. The Shadow Stitch Greninja is very powerful.
That's for your treat as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Uh, yeah, I usually only wanted like one XY Greninja out at a time. I mean, it's cool to have 2, but I put the 2 XY Greninjas in there to kind of buffer the chance of prizing.
That's
So
fair.
I would have a better chance of having at least 1 in there. And then the extra 30 damage was actually really great. It helps out a lot being able to Giant Shuriken and then Shuriken for 90, and then hit for 100 with Moonlight Slash if you had a Muscle Band or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Nice maths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. And then I lost my train of thought.
Sounds like your wife derailed it.
Yeah, she did. It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, Moonlight Slashing isn't fun. Or Mist Slashing isn't very fun, though.
No. Yeah, it's a pretty underwhelming attack.
Yeah.
I mean, it can get through like weird abilities, but that's about it.
Yeah, but you don't really see those very often.
No.
Not anymore, anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like really nice to be able to snipe Joltix on the bench with just a little water shuriken, and then you can hit Pumpkaboos, providing they don't have the Fighting Fury belt on.
Yep. Though you do play the megaphone for that.
Oh yeah, and other shenanigans like Garbodor or whatever.
Yep.
Good utility tech.
So, one last question about the one last question about the deck. Why do you only play 1 license? Just did not feel like you needed it?
Yeah, I felt like Usually in all my decks, I feel like Lysander is kind of a, it helps you pull off wins sometimes, but sometimes you don't even need it, especially with Greninja, because he can hit the bench anyway.
Yeah,
So,
I guess.
so I felt like it was just a cool tech that would help.
Huh.
Instead of, I think 2 would probably I would end up drawing him all the time when I didn't need him or whatever. So I just compressor him into the discard and Verse Seeker when I need him.
Fair enough, fair enough. And one last final question in general. How many championship points do you have going into the states in general, and how many championship points are you sitting at now? And do you feel comfortable making your invite for Worlds?
To be honest, I have no idea how many points I have right now or
Oh,
how
wow.
many I had going into states. It was just kind of a fun thing for me. And, I work a full-time job, so I don't get to travel very often, so I wasn't worried about my Worlds invite, really. I just wanted to play in a tournament and have a good time.
Do you think you have your Worlds invite right now?
No, I definitely don't.
Okay. Do you feel like you will get your Worlds invite?
Probably not.
Okay. So you're not planning to get to Worlds?
No.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Some people play for fun. Some people play because they can. Some people play super ultra competitively. I need to win. But
Yeah, exactly.
but to each their own. To each their own.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you once again for doing this with me today. Thank you for sharing your list and doing an interview with me.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, and thank you for anyone who tuned in today. Please subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. And of course, stay tuned for future content in terms of interviews and deck lists and stuff like that. Even after I'm done with interviewing everyone from states, I will probably also be doing interviews from people who did well at regionals and maybe even nationals if I can. Hey, maybe even worlds. You never know. So, but thank you once again. Thank you once again. Please do all that fun stuff, and I shall see you guys hopefully next time.